The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally, we sat there, we two, and I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house, we did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit, and we did not like it, not one.
Hi, boys and girls. Happy Dr. Seuss Day. Today is Dr. Seuss's birthday, and we are celebrating Dr. Seuss Week here at school, and it is Wacky Wednesday. And so we are going to celebrate Dr. Seuss and draw a picture from The Cat in the Hat, one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books. And we're going to draw a cat in the hat today. So I will take you through step by step how to do this. You are going to need a pencil and paper, a red marker and a black marker, and follow along to draw Mr. Cat in the Hat here. And then if you can show me or send me a picture of your drawing, I would love to see it. All right, have fun, and have fun with Dr. Seuss and Dr. Seuss Week. Okay, the first thing we're going to do to draw Dr. Seuss is we're going to start with his eyes. So somewhere kind of maybe a little above the middle of the page, you're going to draw two circles, maybe a little bit smaller than the size of a dime for his eyes, and two little ovals inside for his eyeballs. We're going to make some little curly lines that come off there, the big circles. So if you kind of extend the top part of that eye out in a little curved line and the bottom part of the other eye out for his eyes. He has a kind of a longer rounded eyebrow on his left side, and we're going to give him just a short little eyebrow on his right side. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw his nose right in between his eyes. It's kind of going to be a long oval, and then it gets a little line right down the middle of it, kind of like a cat kind of nose, and it's kind of like a rounded little line. We're going to start drawing then the side of his face. So if you come over on the right side of his eye and come kind of above his eyebrow, we're going to make a curved line going down and stopping about at the bottom of his eye. Okay. Then from that line, we're going to come out just a little and then round it down and back for his smile. Okay, so that'll be his cheek, and this will be kind of his mouth and his smile. And you can put a little kind of like a smiley face, kind of a line right there to show his mouth. Okay. Underneath his big smile, we're going to draw his lip. Okay, so if you kind of imagine like a line coming down from his eye, kind of right about there, from that smile line, you just kind of want to bring it out like it's the bottom, his bottom lip, and then back around. It's not a really big or thick line, just kind of a little bottom lip right there. And then we're going to bring that line down and kind of let it come in a little bit to show his neck. And remember to always draw lightly, because when you go to erase them, your pencil marks will disappear a lot better. Okay, we're going to make the side of his face over here. And what we're going to do is start over here, kind of see the eyebrow. We're going to kind of just come straight out, and we're going to do kind of a curved line and then come back in kind of like you would a leaf. This is going to be his ear, and then we're going to do it on the other side, come out and then kind of skinny towards the top. Okay, and we're going to do some shading in here with our black marker to show the inside of his ear, so don't worry too much about that now. Okay, now we're going to draw his hat, now that we know where his ear is at. And his head, I'm going to start right here kind of towards the point of his ear. And I'm going to make the brim of his hat come all the way around. And then I'm going to circle it around and have it touch the side of his face right there.
And Sally and I did not know what to
Okay,
do, so we
and
had
then
to
I'm
shake
gonna
hands with thing
right
one and thing two.
across from that
She
line
put
we
two
did on the
hands,
other
but
side of
fish
his ear, so
said
it kind of
no.
looks like his
Those
ears on
things should
top
not
of it.
be in this
We're gonna
house,
bring
you
that
can
circle
go. They
around
should
and then
not be
have it
here when
touch
your mother
kind of
is
at the
not.
bottom of
Put
his
them
ear.
out, put them out,
So
said
then
the
that's the back side of his
fish
hat.
in the pot.
Okay, and to make it look realistic
Have no
in
fear, little
3D,
fish, said the cat
what we're
in the
gonna do
hat.
is we're gonna add a little line that's kind of like a brim, like the edge of his hat. So maybe if I think about that eyebrow and I come straight out, start about there, start it with a skinny line that gets a little bit bigger, but it stays the same size until you get down here to the end, and then we're going to kind of close it off and get closer so it touches that line of the bottom part of his hat. Okay, now his hat is really tall, so we're going to come probably right above his ear, okay, and I'm going to kind of make my line come in and then back out. And my Cat in the Hat is falling off the page a little bit, so I'm just going to imagine that hat comes out here a little bit, and then he comes back down. So he has kind of a rounded, like it looks puffy, and then I'm going to make another line that comes over and rounds and out and then kind of come back in. Okay, so it kind of looks like a little pillow up there at the top. And he has those famous red and white stripes on his hat. So I'm just going to make a couple big lines here to show those different stripes. Okay. So we need to make the other side of his face right here. And to do that, I am going to start right here at the brim of his hat, and I'm going to make these little kind of zigzag lines that kind of show fur or his hair. But as I get down here towards his neck, I want to kind of start moving the line in and making it a little skinnier for his neck, and then I may just do like a straight kind of curved line like that. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to make is his bow tie. So in the middle of his neck right here, we're going to draw a circle. Okay, and a bow, we're going to start in the side of the circle in the middle, and our line we're going to make kind of get bigger and come out with a rounded, kind of like a half of a heart. Okay, and then I'm going to make the other line do the same thing, kind of like the other side of the heart, and then come up. Okay, see if we turn it sideways, it kind of looks like a heart. Okay, maybe it would be easier if you turn it sideways and do it like that. Okay, then we're going to do the same on the other side. Make our heart. Come back in. Okay, my lines there are overlapping a little, so I think I'll erase those. Okay, and then that bow tie has that little piece of fabric that hangs down. So to do that, we're going to come at the bottom of that circle and make our line kind of come out like a V. And then we're just going to close it up with kind of some rounded edge, kind of like that heart we did on the side. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to outline this with a black marker, and then I'm going to erase my pencil marks, and then I'll show you how we're going to color it.
The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally, we sat there, we two, and I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house.
Alright, I think I have all my pencil lines erased. I'm going to show you how we're going to shade in some black areas to make it look more realistic with your black marker. Okay, the first part we're going to shade in is maybe just the little side of his nose, and it doesn't have to be completely shaded in, just a couple little lines to fill it in. And we're going to draw a couple of lines on his bow tie to make it look more realistic. If you just put a line on each side and then one coming down from that fabric. We're going to give him a couple of little dots by his nose. and a couple, I'm going to do 2 whiskers on each side coming out. Because he's a cat, right? I told you earlier we're going to make his ear look a little hairy here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of trace that line I did from his ear. And then I'm just going to use my marker and kind of make just little wispy lines there to make it look like hair is in his ears. Kind of gross, huh? Okay, we're going to make his hat, the underside of that hat right there, have some shading. So over here you can see this empty spot. It kind of looks like the bottom of his hat. We're going to just draw some lines in there. Like again, you don't have to fill it all in. Just some little wispy lines that make it look kind of like it's the under part of his hat where it's shaded in. I'm sorry, Mrs. Miller's left-handed, so sometimes that's hard.
Have no fear, said the cat, I will not let you fall. I will hold.
Okay, and then we're going to do this side of his hat here to show it's a little bit darker. Okay, and then we're going to give him some hair down here on the side. If you can see the one that I have finished, you can see we're going to give him some hair here down the side to look more realistic too. So I'm going to put a couple of little lines maybe up here by his ears, and then kind of just on the side here as we're moving down his face and neck, down here towards his bow. Just a few little lines like that, all different sizes. And okay, so I think we are ready to start coloring. I'm going to use my red marker to color every other stripe on his hat red and his bow tie red, and I think we'll be finished.
There on the ball, and Sally and I, we saw all the things fall, and our fish came down too, he fell into a pot. He said,
okay, boys and girls, I hope you had fun drawing Cat in the Hat with me. And like I said, show me your drawings. I would love to see them. Put them on your locker, send me a picture, whatever you want to do. But I hope you had fun, and I hope you come back and draw with us again. Happy Dr. Seuss Day.
Sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house and you bent our new rake. You should not be here when our mother is not. You get out of this house, said the fish.